Hey guys, welcome back to the Fool Show. Of course, I am Foolish Phil. Michigan just wrapped up their 20-15 loss to the Indiana Hoosiers. So Michigan is now 5-5, 2 games left. They're going to have a bye game. Then Northwestern, they're most likely chance to get the 6th win and become bowl eligible. But man, Michigan had chances in this game as usual and screwed the pooch again and didn't get it done. And it's just difficult to see. I honestly can see the defense is getting better. Maybe it's because Wink is not overly complicating things, not being stupid, but just playing more straight up D. Totally, in the second half, Michigan's defense was just pretty much lights out. And they only gave up 3 points after a terrible special teams punt and fouled up by a terrible special teams coverage, which led to a field goal. That gave them their 20 points from 17. It was 17-3 at halftime. Michigan came out fine on the first drive. They were throwing passes. They were completing passes. I believe I have it here. Davis Warren, I think he started off as 5 of 6, and he finished the half 7 of 18. Just terrible. Just terrible. You're not going to win a game with that crappy of an offense. And it is just what it is. It's terrible. It's disappointing that he couldn't continue the Oregon offensive throwing that he did last week. And there were people open, and he just wasn't able to hit them. Again, Michigan's offensive line was pretty terrible, not giving much rushing attack, not giving much time for passing, so it's not like he's sitting back there and just can't find people. It's also, he doesn't have time. The wide receivers are kind of getting open, not sometimes, not every time. It's just not great. And at 17-3 at half, Michigan had 65 yards of offense on the first drive. I believe it was 29 for the rest of the first half. So just terrible. Just terrible. And it just seems like it's easy peasy. The other team can just adjust. Hey, why don't we just take care of this? And boom, Michigan can do nothing. Blitz for the run. Blitz, blitz, blitz. And our line can't handle it. And it's easy. An easy win. But halftime changed things. That was a little bit odd. Now, again, it's really disappointing because Michigan, again, had a chance to win this game on the road at a top 10 team, and Michigan didn't get it done, just like they didn't get it done at Illinois, and they didn't get it done at Washington. All games they could have won, but they just find ways to lose. Starts off in the second half. They get a first down running. In fact, I think they did 8 straight runs to start the second half. They got 1 first down, and then it was 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. Oh, sorry, my cat bumped up. My cat bumped the camera. Sorry about that. Hopefully he won't come back. Okay, he didn't. It's 3rd and 8, and this whole second half is just plagued by terrible coaching decisions. Sorry, let's see if we get back. There we go. Okay. 3rd and 8, and they run Mullings for 4 yards up the middle, set up 4th and 4 inside Michigan's own territory, right? Or the Indiana side, whatever. They're going towards the end zone, that side, right? That side of the 50. And everyone knows it. It's okay, you did a run there to make it 4th and manageable, so you could still run or pass. Okay, makes sense. But they don't do that. Instead, Michigan goes complete idiot and tries to draw Indiana offside, and they don't get them, and they take the 5-yard penalty and punt. What are you're really thinking a team that had given up, I believe, under 60 yards of rushing in the first half on about 20 carries, so Michigan was under 3 yards a carry. You really think you're going to get a 3rd and 8 against that offense? You're down 17-3, and it seems so obvious you were going to go for it on 4th down with your 3rd down play call, but you went and you punted. Just stupid. Now, luckily they got a good punt in there. Zeke Berry intercepts the pass, and here comes your next stupid plays. Like I said, the first 5 plays were runs. Well, the next 3 plays were runs too. And lo and behold, 3rd down, let's take Davis Warren off. Why can Michigan never do a stupid play-action pass inside the red zone, inside the end goal, inside the 10? Everything's a stupid run. Where's a play action? Because they should be biting like crazy on this. Because you know what? All we do is run. So you think, hey, let's cover the run. And your tight ends, Klein or Loveland, should be able to slip out someone Just think about Michigan State, right? They did that where Loveland's first touchdown, they did the play action, and he was wide open. Yeah, no, we can't do that. That's too tricky. But we'll do another flea flicker. I gotta give credit. Indiana stuck to it. It's like the same thing with like whenever we actually have orgy pass, they're just totally covered. I don't understand how they do that. This speaks to terrible play design, terrible passers who can't get receivers who can't get open. I don't know what. Anyways, back to the play. It's 3rd and goal at like the 5 or 6. Here comes Alex Orji, Mr. I can't do anything but run. So what do you think it's going to be? A run. And Michigan gets stuffed. Has to settle for a field goal. They got the ball 1st and goal at the 7, and they have to take a chip shot field goal. Because all they did was run 3 stupid plays in a row. Just dumb. I personally, I only want Kirk Campbell to stay on the staff because he's recruited Brady Hart, and he seems to have good rapport with quarterbacks. In other words, he seems to be complete trash at play calling. Keep him on. Have him be either co-OC or demote him. Might be cool, co-OC quarterback coach, but not calling plays. Keep him for his quarterback prowess, but he should not be calling the plays anymore. Terrible. So obvious. It's such a... Alex Orji, I think he's completed 1, maybe 2 passes this whole year. The first game, everyone thought it was going to be a run, and he hit Donovan Edwards for a touchdown on the first game. I don't know if he's completed another pass the whole year. Speaking of Donovan Edwards, he's like one of our best weapons. Probably. But you don't know it because, you know what? All we do is run with him. His best, he had that one game against Maryland where he almost broke like the running back passing or receiving record. And that was it. Like, Michigan can never throw to him again. I know they had like a game 1 or 2 years ago against Rutgers where he made a nice diving catch in the back of the end zone. The turnaround game where like they scored like 40 points in the second half. Where is that? How can Michigan never throw him the ball? It's the most stupid thing. If Davis Warren can only throw 5 to 10 yards downfield, which seems to be about it. He doesn't. There's like 3 or 4 passes all game that even go past 15 yards downfield. Somehow we can't pass to Donovan Edwards. Don't get it. They threw once to Mullings and he got like 8-yard gain or 10 yards or something. Now we can't throw to Donovan Edwards. That's no. They're going to be covering that. Who cares? He's like your best weapon besides Colston Loveland, especially in the passing game. Stupid. And this coaching staff is just shooting itself in the foot. I just don't get it. This coaching staff is just inept in so many different ways. And it just reflects back on Sherrone Moore. Well, let's keep going. Let's talk about how more stupid they are. Let's see here. 6 straight runs, stupid orgy play, no play action. Okay, let's keep going. Michigan actually claws back in this game because the defense stepped up. TJ Guy had 2 sacks, another tackle for loss in the second half. Kenneth Grant was dominating. Barnham, I think, had a sack in there. Michigan was just dominating. And sadly, the offense, all they could do was field goal. They finally get a 4th down. After Indiana's terrible punt, Michigan gets the ball at the 35. And they finally get a touchdown on 4th and goal. They fail on the 2-point conversion. It's too bad they don't go back to like the one play that worked where you hit, Colston Loveland for a quick slant inside. But you can't do the same play twice. They might know that. Don't worry that we do the flea flicker every game now and it's like, 6 games in a row here or whatever. But you can't do a quick slant to Colston Loveland at the 2-yard line. No, too scary. Too scary. You know what Indiana did? When Michigan was getting pressure, you know what they did? They had their quarterback not hold the ball for long. They did quick slants. Wow, what a concept. But that must just be too hard for Michigan to have quick slants in the offense. I don't understand how Michigan's offense is so pathetic. You see other teams have good offenses, and it looks so simple. Maybe it's just that. Maybe it's just the quarterback is just so terrible at Michigan. I don't know. Okay, let's talk about the last bonehead coaching play of the day. Indiana's got the ball, under 2 minutes to go, and I can sympathize with why he did this, but you can't do this. Indiana should have been bottled up for a tackle for loss. Instead, the running back breaks a tackle, hits a seam, gets 8 yards, so it's 2nd and 2. Michigan has 3 timeouts left. I can understand where Sherrone Moore was thinking, okay, let them get the first down, and then we'll use our timeouts. But then he goes, I could understand if you went that way and said, okay, we'll just give them these 40 seconds, and then we'll use our timeouts. Okay. But no, he doesn't do that. Instead, he lets 28 seconds go off the clock, and then he calls his timeout. What an idiot. If you're going to stick to the fact of, hey, we'll let them run these, it was like 1:25 to go. We'll let them run these 40 seconds off. We'll let them get the first down, just concede it, and then we'll call our timeouts. Fine. But you know what? Michigan didn't do that. I'm not saying that would have been the play. I think you should have called the timeout anyways because your best hope was getting a fumble. I know their quarterback did a keeper, ran for the first down, game over. But you know what? Michigan didn't even use that last timeout. Held it in their pocket because you never know when you might need it. Oh, wait, we didn't use it. Just speaks again to how poor of a coach Sherrone Moore is. I don't blame him because he's never been a head coach. Think about that. You're at the University of Michigan, one of the powerhouses of the Big Ten, at least for the last few years. And you've never been a head coach. It's not like you worked your way up or anything. And I knew internally you have. You've never been a head coach. Well, look what they have at Indiana. They have a head coach who has won elsewhere, I think with Liberty. And you know what? He comes in and he knows how to coach a little bit. I'm not saying he played a great game. He probably should have gone for some points at the end of the first half. He didn't. There were some plays he should have redone. But you know what? He still won the game. I know Sherrone Moore is going to have to learn, and it's growing pains. I don't know if he's going to keep Wink Martindale. I think you just buy him out because he's not a college coach. He's an NFL coach that knows how to coach talent, but he doesn't know how to coach kids. I don't think he does. And then, I know he's got like $3 million a year. You definitely got to get rid of Kirk Campbell as the play caller. You got to do that. I don't know if Sherrone Moore should do it. Wasn't he the play caller last year? Well, I guess he's like, you know what? Sink or swim, guys. It's on you. Another chance to get a win slips through the team's hands. This one I blame squarely on the coaches. Bad play calling on offense. Terrible time management. You lose giving up 20 points to, I think, the highest or one of the highest scoring teams in college football. They at least had the most touchdowns, 55 touchdowns on the season. And you hold them to 20 points and you lose. This is how pathetic Michigan's offense is. You have two and-goal situations where you have to settle for field goals. You know, Davis Warren on the first one just loses the ball out of his hand. Like, really? This is Division I football in the court. That's like, there was another one where like he lost it like on Link's butt or something. You know, it bumped into him or something. But it's like, nothing. He just lost the ball. It's not like it was wet or any ideal conditions. It's just disappointing that team played well enough to win on defense, but other things screw you up. Coaching, inept offense, and terrible punt coverage at the worst time. And then I do gotta say, I did like Jordan Marshall returning kicks. He looks good. He almost busted a couple there. Man, it's just, I don't know. It's frustrating. I almost, in a way, I almost kind of wish Michigan would have got blown out like I thought they would have been. It would have been like, okay, well, Indiana's good and Michigan's bad. Instead, you're in the game. You could have got like a signature win. You know, beat a top 10 team on the road. Get bowl eligible. Maybe you're turning things around because you hung with number 1 Oregon last week. And then you got number 9 Indiana this week. Maybe you're turning the corner. Maybe they are turning the corner, but it's not turning into wins. If you would pick a star of the game, second half defense, TJ Guy had 2 sacks at least, a couple, tackles for loss, I think. It's disappointing. The offense looked great on the first drive, and then nothing. No consistent drive for the rest of the game. Even when they scored the touchdown, it was only 35 yards, and they got a 15-yard hands to the face penalty in there to march them down the field. So it's not even like they really did anything. It is what it is. Hey guys, if you have any thoughts about Michigan's pathetic coaching, about their pathetic offense, you let me know. Maybe you'll be like, fool, you're out of line. This team's getting there. Let me hear your opinions. Kudos to Indiana. Hope you guys play well against Ohio State next week. See how that goes. Hey, thanks guys for watching. As always, I appreciate it. If you have any comments, put them in the box below. Until I see you guys next time, which I think Michigan's playing a game tomorrow in basketball against Wake Forest, so I'll try to do a video about that. Until then, as always, go blue!